I will admit I have been doing a bit of an impression of you.
Oh, no, no, no. How dare you?
But not today. I have the real thing.
All right, so both of our runners start off different places. eLmaGus starts off in Link's house, doesn't find much there. Mike the V starts off. We have a crystal in Tower of Hera. Bob, did you catch the other two?
Don't think so. I might have seen a pendant in Eastern, but I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. No, it's a crystal. See, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Thanks for our tracker for catching all that for us. I assume Mike the V. Oh no, Mike the V's gonna houlihan room here.
This is becoming a much more rare opening, as far as I can tell. More people are catching on to the fact that there's a lot more rupees in the pool.
Right, so eLmaGus now heading back to Sanctuary. He's not going to find much there but a burrito. Mike the V goes back to Link's house. He doesn't find too much either, so where do we go? Well, we go to the gold mine that is Kakariko.
Sanctuary, home of the holy burrito today. I'm not sure what
you... holier, the burrito or the quesadilla?
Well, I'm told that what's holy is the guacamole.
That is very true.
All right, I'm done. All right, so eLmaGus is heading off to the Lost Woods while Mike the V is going to check that race game.
That holy guacamole Batman, but hey, all right.
We could have Batman involved. You are correct.
Yeah, we got 20 rupees here in the Lost Woods. We'll see what's on top of the library shelf. It is the blue mail.
Yeah. So a little armor upgrade there if people come back with the boots and feel like taking a little less damage throughout the game, that'll be there. I doubt these runners will go out of their way for that.
Probably not. eLmaGus finds big love in the Lost Woods. Little love there for Mike the V in the tavern. Somebody's got to stumble upon a progression item here sometime soon.
Yeah, well, eLmaGus has 3 bombs and is heading toward the Blind's hut, so I imagine there'll be something there.
Pick and clip from Mike the V, but he does find 50 rupees in the chest. Setting him up well already. He has 275 rupees, over halfway to what he needs for Zora.
And take it away.
That's gotta be Kane! And the hook shot. Wow!
Wow. So, about that progression.
Yeah.
I mean, technically not progression at the moment.
That bottle from the bottle merchant, imagine that.
What do you know? That means we can check the sick kid immediately, and what does he have? Sword.
Oh, well, hey.
I mean, three minutes in getting a sword, that's probably not, what everybody wants to see in an open seed, but what are you going to do about it?
Absolutely. Lost my train of thought, but that's okay. And another bottle. Wow. All right, so this is the bottle seed, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Big love. 20 rupees. Little love.
So we've got plenty of receptacles for whatever it is you want to be carrying around today.
Whatever kind of goo you need. Green goo from the bottle merchant.
That's absolutely true. All right. So eLmaGus will be picking up that sword shortly, while Mike the V will be picking up his cane and hookshot.
And an encore presentation. That's gotta be Kane! Alright. Well, we won't be saying that again the rest of this run.
Yep. It was a pleasure. pleasure hearing the sound once again.
Alright, that's it, guys. I'm done. See you later. Bob, take it from here. No.
Yeah! Don't leave me! Okay.
And so we have hit up the Kakariko gold mine with the hook shot. If our runners, and I'm relatively certain both of them, can navigate dark rooms, so they have access to East Death Mountain. Of course, it'd be much easier if one of them would find the... oh, wait a minute, they can't get to East Death Mountain. They don't have the Power Glove. Gosh. You gotta keep me honest here, Dr. Bob.
Yep, sorry about that.
I guess the next big place that they would check would be Mini Moldorm Cave, but eLmaGus says, nah, I'm gonna go down into the... go ahead down into the Hyrule Castle.
Yep. When you got a sword, that's a good plan, I think.
Only one chest that you need the lamp for, that I don't think either of our runners need the lamp for. So lots of items in Hyrule Castle too, and because there are absolutely 0 required items other than the lamp that I mentioned before, all of these chests are accessible early on. So it's possible that there might be something here that will help them out immensely, such as the Power Glove or the bow.
Yeah. Some players will... How about the book? How's that?
Hey, literate Link. It's all good.
So we got the book. That's going to lead them possibly over to desert when that happens.
Still need both a fire source and a lift upgrade to complete desert, though. But as you do mention, the book will get them in the front door, and most of the items are accessible without the lift upgrade or the fire source.
Yeah. Though there is a fair chance that the place is boot locked.
Indeed.
And everybody
Hyrule
knows
Castle.
that this seat is bootless until boots.
As are they all. But other than the Book of Mudora, Hyrule Castle coming up a little dry right now, but we will see. Mike getting his literacy on today. eLmaGus saying, I'm not going to kill that Green Knight, but I will use the hookshot to stun the Fallen Chain Knight here, making this academic at best. Hashtag things in Zelda's chest. We've got a single rupee.
Yep, Zelda was pretty cheap today. Just left a tiny tip behind. I mean, that's the kind of tip you leave your prison, I guess.
True. Right there it is. Okay, so it's crystal number 7 at Eastern.
And a pendant at desert.
Okay. So eLmaGus heading down to the dam, and sure to be followed up almost immediately with Mini Moldorm Caves. We got 7 items here that eLmaGus will be taking a look at.
Mm-hmm. Excellent use of the hook shot there to make this a one-trip shot into the dam. And I like the little pushing the block out of the way as you're heading up. That way you don't have to push it on the way back down.
100 rupees underneath the water there. eLmaGus goes ahead and picks it up. Can't say I blame him. Got to start building some capability in the event Zora is required.
That is true. Alright, so now we're heading into the Mini Moldorm Cave. The hookshot will make quick work of these Mini Moldorms, assuming they don't troll you. They are not, they're not Moldorms for nothing. They are related to their father.
The troll dorm. All right, there's 20 rupees, 300 rupees. All right, Zora is a non-issue at this point. Little love, and the flute.
Looks like we will be getting some swag duck action pretty soon.
Get ready to pull out those swag ducks, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming up soon. Mike is going to head over to Desert Side here. Maybe check Agana's cave, and probably going to check the ledge item as well.
And, probably go inside. The desert palace, I guess.
just 5 rupees on the desert ledge. He is not going to hit up Agana at this moment, but he is going to walk right in the front door, Desert Palace. Meanwhile, get your swag ducks, everybody. It is the swaggy duck.
Wahaha!
Probably anecdotal because, but it's the lore of Randomizer that Desert Palace seems to always have a good item, at least one.
When it's available early, it tends to have things.
All right, well, it looks like, well, we could still be boot locked. Let us see what item is on the torch in this room. It is the key. We are going to be boot locked, but there is a chance of one item here in the big key chest.
Indeed. And what do we have? The cape.
The cape!
So now somebody's thinking, am I going to have to do AGA 1? Is that really happening here? Now, of course, you really, really want the lamp to do AGA 1. Lampless AGA 1 is the literal worst.
Magus grabs the old man, despite not having the lamp. The old man just has 20 rupees as your tip. Thank you for leading me through the dark, Sonny. But he's going to go ahead and hit up the east side of Death Mountain. Now, this is a sequence break in the logic. So sometimes sequence break, well, wait, or not.
He fluted away to avoid certain cabbagey death.
But as I was saying, this is a sequence break in the logic. Sometimes that can be very helpful. Sometimes, though, it can lead you on a wild goose chase because you are skipping an important item.
Agnes Cave just having a bomb upgrade today, so nothing great over there. I believe my curse of Agnes Cave has been broken.
And the chat correcting me rightfully so. Yeah, and the chat correcting me rightfully so. He's got the flute, so it is not a sequence break. I forgot.
Right.
That was my mistake. I thought Mike had the flute. So flip the guys around.
The only thing that was the sequence break was, in fact, the old man rescue, but there was nothing there.
All right, so there's 7 items.
There's
here
the power glove and another sword.
Wow.
It's so bad and stabs things, I guess.
That's right.
And we just found out that the green pendant is in Thieves Town. From talking to Sahasrara.
And ether in Sahasrara's back closet. So that could be important later. We will see.
There's the lamp.
There's the lamp. Wow, it's... So we still don't have the hammer. If we find the hammer, we've got a way into the dark world, but we don't have the moon pearl yet either.
Right. So once again, now we've got Master Sword, and we've got lamp, and we've got, or one of them has cape. Aghanim 1 is kind of trying to be a thing at this point.
Let's see if either of them takes the bait, because many times the seed will troll you with those items early, and yet it is not an Aga required seed, and you waste a good 4 minutes at least taking care of Aga 1. So we shall see. Mike the V heading into Eastern, even though he can't complete it, because this is version 26. Items are in dungeons, and many of us have seen, myself included, I ran a seed the other day where 4 double dips into dungeons were required.
Gross.
Yeah.
So, there's the pearl. The moon pearl. In that chest where you can hook shot across, and Mike the V is having nothing to do with it.
Yeah, definitely that Eastern Palace check. That's what we needed and wanted.
Now,
Vegas, go ahead.
He has the pearl, and then he just pieced out. So there might be a couple more items there in Eastern.
True, he still had the vanilla big key location and the big key chest. He did not get the big key itself yet,
That was
I
the
don't
first item he
think.
got.
Oh, that was the first item. Okay, so yeah, there were a possibility of 2 other items being there in Eastern Palace. Not certain why he made that decision, but not really going to question it because this is Mike the V we're talking about.
Indeed. You don't question the logic and routing of the people who are this caliber of player.
So eLmaGus finding out, hey, this is boot locked. At least 2 items on the east side are boot locked. The dungeon itself might not be, but the 2 items on the east side certainly are. eLmaGus finding the cape. Wonder if at this point, if he is going to decide, hey, I need AGA 1 at this point.
Well, let's hope he goes to Eastern first.
True.
That's going to be a
Because
big
he
deal.
has not yet found the Moon Pearl.
But it's very possible, even with that Moon Pearl from Eastern, you still need AGA 1.
It's true.
And at this point, with the glove, well, he's got the glove and the lamp. He can just walk in and kill landmolas.
Certain that he will after this.
Uh,
And if Landmalas drops an item, then he doesn't even need to go east side because there's only 2 items in Eastern Palace. So if Landmalas drops one, he'll know I don't need to come back here.
Yep, 2 items in desert, and no, if landmolas drops an item, then there's just the map and the compass in that side room, and nobody ever needs to go there. Now, Landmolas is just a pendant, so eLmaGus is making the gamble that this is an important item.
It's so short to do, though. When you're already over here, you lose maybe a minute. Right?
Well,
maybe
it's short
2.
to do when you have, like, silver arrows or fire rod, but all he's got is the Master Sword.
True. I have had to kill Landmalas with the Cane of Samaria in an open seed before, so
That sounds like, I was gonna say fun,
not so much. No.
perhaps not.
But eLmaGus here doing a really nice job on this Landmos fight.
Yep. So Mike is making his Death Mountain tour while this is happening. And landmolas go down.
And they drop the burrito, so there is still 1 item hiding out in Desert Palace, and I would not put it past version 26 for that item to be important and to be bootlocked.
Alright, so eLmaGus is going to go over and check the Agona's Cave. Once again, just a bomb upgrade in there, so there won't be much. Mike the V is going to go retread over to the east side of Death Mountain. Actually going to check the top side first.
There is 1 item you can get without the mirror over on this side. That is the item in the Spectacle Rock Cave.
And of course, you can get the intel on what is on top of it.
And that intel is Big Love.
Big Love.
And Little Love inside the cave.
Now, when you get the Titan's Mitts, is that Big Glove?
Cross product, how did you get in here? I'll let the chat rate that one. All right, now Mega's heading down into the Fall from Escape Sewers. We did not see anyone else do this. We got triple bombs, we got 50 rupees, and a small key, so not terribly exciting. There is 1 more chest he can go grab, and it looks like he's heading towards it too.
Having the lamp, this will not be an issue. This particular room here with the rat that drops the key can be kind of testy in the dark.
Infuriating? Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's the word I was looking for too. Alright, so that one little treasure chest over here has
the other mail
the blue
upgrade.
mail. Alright, so Mike
So-
V getting his lamp now.
Right, so the Moon Pearl was an Eastern Palace. So if eLmaGus heads over there, we'll see what happens. Right, eLmaGus is heading to Ice Rod Cave.
Yep. And then I would surmise that he would fake Flipper up to Zora because... Oh wait, no, he will not, because he does not have the Moon Pearl, so he cannot get the items in the Wishing Well without either the Flippers or the Moon Pearl.
He could do that, but it would be, only as useful as it used to be before the 2 chests were added, which is not great.
Right.
And you really don't want to have to go up there twice. So you see he switches to the flute. He's going to take off, head somewhere else immediately. And he's heading to 5, so he's making the eastern play, it looks like.
Yep. Probably stop by at Sahasrah's house first. But yeah, I would, at this point, considering what he's checked and where he's been and the fact that he's completed a dungeon, yeah, I would go into Eastern myself.
So what do you think about a pendant Thieves Town, which we've seen is the green pendant because of Sahasrahla?
Yeah, regardless of whether Thieves Town is a pendant or a crystal, it's almost always the first dungeon you can access in the Dark World. And I can't imagine not going into Thieves Town.
All right. And it is green pendant Thieves Town, so that's an additional bonus.
By giving it an additional items, that brings it up to 5 unique items in that particular dungeon.
So perhaps eLmaGus will move on and check more than Mike the V did here in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, this could be huge if he goes on and checks more chests in Eastern, and it has something like the hammer, or the Titan's mitts, which would enable Dark World access as well. And Mike the V, who may be, considering his route right now, who may be heading to Aghanim, this could make a huge time difference if Mike the V decides to do Aga 1.
Indeed. All right. So eLmaGus is going to go pick up that Moon Pearl. Mike the V picking up the mail upgrade.
He doesn't save and quit, so maybe he is not going to do Aga 1. We shall see.
Well, it's hard to get to Aga 1 from the back end.
That's right, he doesn't have the mirror. Alright, yep, looks like he is. It looks like that's where he's headed. Now, he does have the Moon Pearl, he's got the mitts. So he will be able to access... And he has the hook shot, so he will be able to make it around to Village of Outcasts.
Yep, very true. He'd also have Palace of Darkness available pretty early on. Unfortunately, Palace of Darkness, not really the place you want to go without the bow.
No, not in the slightest bit. All right, let's see what is in the big chest. Shovel. Now, yeah, so that's one of those items that's like, we don't know if it's good or bad yet.
Yeah, if shovel turns out to be hammer or Titan's mitts, then this is going to be a huge deal.
Indeed. Will be, unless the bow is in the vanilla big key location here in Eastern Palace, this is going to be the last stop for eLmaGus here in Eastern Palace. So we shall see.
Just the burrito.
Yep.
Eastern flavored burrito. It's got like soy sauce in it.
Where does I guess eLmaGus now too will. No, he isn't. Oh, he's gonna go to hit the shovel, and then you got to think after that. Probably gonna do Aghanim as well.
At that point, I believe you've exhausted most of your options.
Yep.
Other than Zora himself.
Oh, that's a good point. Right, and just
Nope.
20 rupees.
So he's gonna flute. Is he gonna flute to 4 or 8? 8. So he's gonna do the Zora play.
Yep, I smell fake flippers, and he does have the Moon Pearl, so he will be able to access the Waterfall of Wishing. That would be interesting too if this as a sequence break. Let's assume Aghanim is required. If this as a sequence break gives him a progression item, wow, there's so many possibilities from here. My brain is hurting just thinking about them.
If flippers are on the pyramid or something,
right?
This would be huge for eLmaGus.
But Hobo says, "Ooh, ice rod."
Ice rod. That's
wow,
how you do it.
Very
right
nicely done, eLmaGus. With the that is a difficult trick, getting fake flippers from there. Not easy to do.
It's a very precise vertical pixel you need to jump off of, and if you're too high, you will jump past the end and soft lock. There's the fire rod.
Fire rod, yeah, fire rod on Lake Hylia Island. Wow, don't get hit there, eLmaGus. All right.
So is this like you need flippers : the seed?
It could be. All right, let us see what is in the Waterfall of Wishing. Meanwhile, Mike the V, I mean, it's Aghanim 1, right? I mean, the only question is how many blue balls are you going to get? There's the half magic, which is always lovely to have.
Yep, and if you came up here without enough rupees for Zora, you would have had enough just going in the cave, because there's another 300.
And of course, eLmaGus doing the Jesus walk right now.
There's the tempered sword.
Too bad he won't be able to get it. Unless we have vanilla flippers, he's not going to be able to get it.
That's true. Speaking of you need flippers : the seed.
Yeah.
Goodness, what is up with this? And just because of that, flippers are going to be on Trinex.
Of course. Well, no, they can't be. You got to have the flippers to get that Lake Hylia Island fire rod.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Guess who's talking out of the rear end? No, Vitreous then.
Sure. All right, so let's see if it was worth. Okay, we have crystal number 6 at Mire. We got pendant at Thieves and Ice, and 5 and 6 are at Mire and Swamp. Wow.
Yep. All right, so just big love on the pyramid. And Mike the V will be heading up toward.
Yeah, at least from that aspect, it does not seem that Aghanim is necessarily required at this point.
Well, eLmaGus seems to have looked for every other option.
It's true.
So
yep.
I think he's also going to Aghanim.
I think he's going to hit up the catfish.
Yep. There's pretty much no better time to use it, and he has not done the Zora check.
But he doesn't have the mirror. So.
But if he gets the mirror from Catfish, that would be amazing.
That would be. How convenient would that be?
Pretty convenient.
And there was a large earthquake, and great fish popped up out of the water and said, "Here's $50, go away."
Yeah, that was Second Opinions, Chapter 3, Verse 4.
At least you caught the reference. All right. the Mike here is going to do what... anytime this is required, this is one of the lesser-known shortcuts in this game, at least to new players. That hook shot shortcut that he just used. A lot of people, if they're new to Randomizer, will get stuck because they'll make it to the Dark World because they'll have to do AGA 2. They'll have the hook shot, but they won't know how to go forward. It's that particular hook shot across the river that many people don't know about and can frustrate newer players at the game if that's required.
Even trickier is when you have the hook shot, but you don't have a lift upgrade, but you do have the flippers.
Right.
Because you have to jump in the water, swim up to the thing, come back down, and then hook shot across. So Mike the V appears to be making the meme play. Because this is version 26. Guess where you need to go?
Woods, of course.
That's the plan. Skullwoods is the idea. Now the cane makes this room up here much easier, so he's going to do that one first.
And I mean, that it also goes to show how important the Skullwoods play is in this version, because Mike the V is going into Skullwoods without the fire rod.
Indeed.
And no mirror either.
Yeah, and you kind of want the mirror at some point because you have the book, and so it'd make the pedestal check easier and things like that. I like to know the pedestal check as early as I can, conveniently. So if it turns out to be pedestal and you know it and your opponent doesn't, you are at such an advantage.
Indeed. So at this point, eLmaGus has already completed one pendant dungeon. Mike the V opted not to complete Desert, although he went there. Skullwoods not panning out for Mike the V at all.
So the Skullwoods meme is a little dead today. I'm not sure how that works. Once the flippers and mirror have been acquired, we can see what else is over here.
But notice he did not find a single item. He found the compass, so both of Skullwood's items are still yet to be discovered behind the fire rod centipede skull.
One of them will be at Mothula, the other will, or Mothula or in the chest, and the other will be in the big chest.
Yep.
Because the big key will be at the other location. So eLmaGus finally taking care of Aghanim 1. Gonna dodge some lightning bolts.
Right, the V opting not to go into town. Maybe he's just searching through Village of Outcasts first. 50-50 shot to get a bomb from that hedge. He got it. It's 20 rupees in the bombable hut.
In the off chance that in the areas right around Thieves Town you find something like the hammer, I tend to like to grab these just in case, because when you go into Thieves Town without the hammer, it feels bad.
True.
And there's the Titan's Mitts! In the chest game. So now Mike the V is gonna
still head on in, yeah. He's gonna just do the first 4, or do you think he's gonna complete the entire dungeon?
Good question. I don't know his particular routing habits, but it seems like to me, based on the fact that he skipped the rest of Eastern, this is probably going to be a short trip.
One of the 4 items, 5 if you count the green pendant, in Thieves Town, so he's found one already.
Yep, there's one item.
Megas is about to be severely disappointed in what the catfish gives him.
And there's the boots!
Das Boot!
What? are those, ladies and gentlemen?
Right. So, Thieves Town doing very, very well here. And wouldn't it be interesting if Pendant Thieves Town gives you the boots, sending you back to Pendant Desert Palace, or say, the bow?
Gross.
So Mike the V, it looks like he is going to finish this dungeon.
Yeah, looks like it.
Interesting choice after popping smoke in Eastern Palace, but he's going to complete this one. I can't say I disagree with it. This is V26, and
there's 3 more
dungeons are
items
your
in
best
here.
friends.
There's 3 more items in here, and he does have the ability to clear it out, unlike Eastern, which he did not.
Well, unless one of those items is in the big chest. He
That
does
is
not have
true.
the hammer.
Unfortunately, Sauce Relic, we already know where the fire rod is. It's on the Lake Hylia Island.
Yep.
But
That
you
means
could
the
get
mirror-
the flippers there, and that would
Yeah.
that would give you a nice little.
Excuse me. And since both Swamp Palace and Turtle Rock are crystals, that means the mirror is certainly required, because it is possible to do a mirrorless seed. All right, we are down to one more item, I think, here in... No. There's 2 more. I'm sorry.
I saw a nice seed where they found the mirror in Ganon's tower. That was fun.
So if blind drops an item, Mike the V is not going to need to come back here. But if blind drops the map, it could be problematic.
Yep. You'll have that one little loose square, as they call it, stuck in your head like, do I need to go back into Thieves Town? And blind drops a compass.
Compass. Okay, it was the compass, not the map. All right, so there is one item hiding out in the basement of Thieves Town. That could be significant depending on what it is. eLmaGus is heading over to Alec Baldwin's digging game. Let's see what's there today.
How many digs do you think it's going to take?
13. 3.
You say. All right. Not quite. So there's 15. Looks like Mike the V will be joining eLmaGus.
High five.
There we go. That was 24. 24 digs. The winner without
Not
going
quite as
over
cool
is
as the-
Vortek.
Not quite as cool as the Ganon's Tower guess, but it's all right.
True. So I found something out the other day. It's
And that is?
it's the weirdest little bit of trivia. So you know the tile room, right?
Hmm?
Most people call that chest number 22, right?
Sure.
You know how many tiles there are in the formation?
Yes, 22.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right, so old Stumpy has a little bit of love for our runners today. Mike the V. Yeah, we're going to go on Froggy World Tour. We're going to take the frog to Hype Cave because that's what we do. The frog needs some hype.
Indeed. Now, there's always a chance it could turn out to be Tripe Cave instead of Hype Cave.
Right, Cave. Nice.
But we will see. Ten arrows.
Not starting
So-
off well.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Tripe Cave confirmed.
Ooh.
Folks, get your resident sleepers out in the chat because that was Sleep Cave. That is right, Lord Raiden.
Alright, so eLmaGus is gonna go deliver the blacksmith. I always think it's a little funny when you find mirror at blacksmith. Because the logic used to require you to have the mirror to do it.
Right. Man, we're having another high five here.
Yep, those boots allowing Mike the V to catch up over time. Unfortunately,
today. eLmaGus does not like the fact that he does not have the hammer yet. Mike the V gonna check Meyer, not a bad play at all. Not certain what Magus is up to here.
Ether Medallion is required for Misery Mire. Therefore, they already have that one.
A bit of love and 20 rupees. Okay, it is Dark World Death Mountain for eLmaGus.
We may get to see what the other required medallion is here in a second.
Yep. And Mike says, I am going into Misery Mire because it is a crystal dungeon. It's got 2 items in it, and I got to come here anyway. Because unless you get extremely lucky in Mire and find an early big key, it's going to take you about the same time regardless.
Yeah, the average go mode time is pretty close to the average normal time.
Yeah.
In Misery Mire.
Bunny Cave just given eLmaGus 25 rupees. Certainly not what he wants and not what he needs. He's got 782 of them.
More like Super Money Cave, right?
I have no words.
And Quake for Turtle Rock. We have vanilla medallions, ladies and gentlemen.
Quack.
Right, at any rate, we got a hookshot cave going on.
There's the hammer!
Wow,
Hammer
what
in
a
Misery
play.
Mire.
Mike the V with it.
And there's the mirror!
Oh my!
In Hookshot Cave!
So wow, major route divergence between
and the bug net. I mean, come on now.
But amazing route divergence from both of our players. Both players finding a very significant item in each of their route divergences, if that's even a word. eLmaGus gonna head up to Tower of Hera here. Go ahead and knock it out. It is a crystal.
You can also check the ether tablet while you're here.
Indeed. And we are back to it being anybody's game, but considering, well, no, you would normally think that the hammer, because it has more dependencies or more things in the game are dependent on the hammer than any other item, you would normally think that's the better item to find. But
the mirror is such a huge deal this time.
And with Swamp Palace, a required dungeon, because it is a crystal, Swamp Palace has more unique items than any other dungeon in the game. It's entirely possible that for this seed, the mirror could be the better item to have found at this time.
We also know that the mirror locks Skull Woods and finishing Turtle Rock today because the fire rod is on the Lake Hylia Island.
We are still in a position of this is anybody's game at this point, even with such a big route divergence between the two players.
Now, what do you think the odds are that eLmaGus never goes into Thieves Town?
Well, he's going to go into it eventually, but yeah, I don't know, because he's got such a path in front of him now to clear
clear a couple of crystal dungeons.
eLmaGus trying to do the bomb jump off of the big chest. It's not easy to pull off.
Doesn't quite time it right, but can't really blame him for that.
Ooh, nice fairy drop.
Clutch.
There's the big key in Misery Mire.
Yeah, but he's found the
Like
real
Mike the V's
treasure of
still
Misery
looking for an
Mire.
item.
Yeah, but the real treasure so far was the hammer. I don't know if any other item that we haven't seen yet that would be as big as the hammer, except maybe the flippers because they're required for swamp, or the bow.
And it looks like Vitreous will have the last item.
And Trolldorm drops the compass. I was not counting the items in Hera, so I don't know if he's
I saw
going
the
to...
items being opened, and I don't think any of them were any good.
So is he going to have to go back down into the dungeon?
It looks like
Or
it.
the basement? Yeah, he is. Okay. Now, this is not, as the chat is rightfully noting, Vitreous is not going to be easy here. Well, unless Mike the V does cape strats.
Yeah, we've got Master Sword, Cape, Blue Mail, Hammer. It's doable. It's not great.
Yeah. No bow.
I mean, it's not Fighter Sword Vitreous, so that's better.
I will always remember from the previous tournament, I think it was Ninjembro with the fighter sword Vitreous dance.
I believe somebody eventually put Yakety Sax to that.
Yeah, I'm so glad you know the actual title of that song. Everyone just says the Benny Hill song. Well, yeah, but... Alright, so Mike the V says, right now, I don't need no stinking cape. Okay, there he goes.
There we go. We got a stinking cape.
Yeah, so interesting strategy here by Mike the V. That probably at his skill level, this is the faster way to do it, but when you have the cape, if you spam sword, the magic drains on the cape significantly fast or slower than it normally does. But
that is true.
Mike saying this is so easy, a caveman could do it.
This stream not sponsored by Geico. So the flippers were not at Vitreous like I thought they were going to be. So
they are
sad
not. But
for
look
me.
at this. eLmaGus looks like he is about to head down into Misery Mire. So he's going to find his hammer. He's going to check Checkerboard Cave first. Maybe he won't go in. I can't imagine he wouldn't. He's here.
Right. So one of the things about having the mirror, sometimes having the mirror is a little detrimental because you end up checking all of these mirror only locations that a lot of times don't end up having anything. But of course, this seed, we will definitely be needing it in more ways than one.
eLmaGus does not have the flipper, so he's got to walk the long way around here.
And do his best to avoid certain death at the hands of the murder dactyl.
Mike checked Bonk Rocks, but he did not check King's Tomb. Now, what item was here in...
I'm not entirely certain either player checked it.
Yeah, it was just $20. Okay, all right, good. I was about to feel like I had missed something here. I was like, why in the world is he going there?
Because a lot of players nowadays will just not check that and then only go to it if you had to do Aga and you found the boots.
So eLmaGus is going to find his hammer here. And depending on where Mike goes, this could put eLmaGus relatively in the lead.
Yeah, that
Although
could be. I think
yeah.
Mike will probably be opening Turtle Rock and then dealing with East Death Mountain, Dark Side, which will
People
get the
don't know how
him the mirror.
important the boots are. Because as we mentioned earlier, the east side of Desert Palace was boot locked. There is, I believe there was an item
There's one item
left.
remaining.
Yeah.
There's eLmaGus picking up that hammer.
Yep, it is
eLmaGus,
hammer time. You
eLmaGus, I don't know.
can't touch this.
Ooh,
And from the heavens falls just a bomb upgrade, so
gonna pull out the too legit to quit reference here.
just bring back the glove. All right. That was even too deep a cut for you, huh?
Oh yeah.
That was from the video from Too Legit to Quit. All right, but
Nice.
back to the race. So eLmaGus doing the right thing here. He's going to clear out the rest of Misery Mire, but as we know, it's not going to bear terribly much fruit. Mike the V is going to head up, finish up Tower of Hera. He's going to take his trip to Troll Dorm.
Oh, that was beautiful. I don't know if you saw that room with the crystal beetles in it, but using the recoil from one of them to hit the crystal switch and then quickly dispatching the others. It's just like poetry in motion there.
And skills, though. Mike does not have to fall down to the lower level because he has the boots and can just bonk back across. The longer this goes on, the more the advantage is going to keep going to Mike the V simply because he has boots, enabling him to traverse the areas much faster than eLmaGus. And as we mentioned before, there's that one item hiding out in Desert Palace. There's also that one item hiding out in Thieves Town.
Right. Now, eLmaGus has not been into Thieves Town, so if it turns out he goes in there, gets the boots, and then finds something in that big chest, then he's gonna have a huge lead.
52 minutes in, and man, it's still looking like it could be anybody's game at this point.
Indeed, that's what happens when you get to the upper brackets of the Swiss tournament here. We've got two players who have won 2 matches against two other very good players who are all able to qualify for this tournament. It was a non-trivial task trying to qualify.
No, not at all. There's a reason I'm commentating and not playing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike the V doing the dance with the pod.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as we reach a spot in the match now where both of our players are going over territory that the other player has done, let me remind everybody here to follow Speed Gaming 2, and most certainly follow these 2 runners. They are putting in work for your entertainment. And as always, shout outs to all of the administrators, particularly Feasel, the man, the myth, the legend, whom I'm not certain actually sleeps. But shout outs to him for all of his hard work and dedication in making this channel possible.
I'm pretty sure he made a clone of himself so he can do the other half of the day.
Oh, like Multiplicity with Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah, basically.
Showing my age now.
I'm also convinced that Multiplicity is a prequel to the Tim Burton Batmans.
eLmaGus takes Vitreous down. Gets his bombs for his effort.
Alright, so Mike the V now heading over to the Turtle Rock area. Gonna open this portal and then find out he doesn't have the correct medallion. And then head over to the Dark World caves, I'm sure.
Not gonna
There's
be
also
much
a
for him
chance.
there either.
Well, the mirror's in here.
Oh yeah, that's right. In Hookshot Cave.
So there's always the chance that he also makes the play on Spike Cave.
We've not seen that yet. He does have the cape, which cape and hookshot make Spike Cave relatively painless.
Indeed.
All right, so here's a moment of truth. Will eLmaGus drop down into Thieves Town here? No, it looks like he's going east to check Cape Cave. Nope.
Or not.
Or not.
We're not going to make any predictions anymore.
No, I gotta stop this.
Well, he's going to Peg Cave is what he's doing. Which you hate to see. You hate to see Peg Cave without the boots.
Yeah.
It's just a travesty.
Mike finding his mirror. eLmaGus looks like he accidentally hit the wrong button there. All right, so what is Peg Cave? We have just a little bit of love.
Yep.
I think you're right. Here goes Mike the V. Looks like he is going for Spike Cave. Meanwhile, eLmaGus is gonna take the lunchbox for a trip.
So I'm confused. Is the thief who opens the lunchbox, is that Gary, or is the old man Gary?
Or because we are playing A Link to the Past, is one just the older version of the other?
Oh, bum bum bum.
All right, Mike the V not finding anything good in the Spike Cave chest. But eLmaGus is...
There's the flippers!
The flippers!
The flippers are in the Haunted Grove Cave!
Yep, so this is going to enable him to turn right around. He's got hookshot. He's got hammer. He's got flippers. He can do Swamp Palace.
Yep. He can also go get that fire rod.
Can, but also remember this: if he does Swamp Palace, that is crystal number 5. Misery Mire was crystal number 6. That opens up Fat
Oh,
Fairy.
wow. That is impressive right there.
Probably also going to check Bombo's tablet while he's over here. Just gets a bomb upgrade from Gary. Now Mike the V is going to show us how this ought to be done with boots. There we go. Hammer dash for
Beautiful.
the win. All right, we are again going to see an item fall from the heavens. This time, it is going to be
Big
20
20.
rupees. Pennies from heaven.
It's almost a quarter from heaven.
Almost.
I don't have quarters in this game. Alright, so eLmaGus is walking right by Swamp Palace.
Going
And
right
just heading
past the
right-
Swamp Palace, off the cliff, and into the lake.
Nothing but net?
Interesting decision. Now, you can well, there's Mike the V getting the flippers as well. You can understand this decision because if you can get into go mode before you have to go through Swamp Palace is a breeze.
Oh, and eLmaGus is gonna go pick up the Tempered Sword as well.
Tough decision to disagree with, particularly in that it makes the Argus fight much shorter.
And that's probably what he's thinking. He's thinking, I can get this, I can make the Argus fight better, so I can just flute back over there real fast and haven't lost much time. Need to do this eventually anyway.
He has flippers, so he's going... Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. He's not going to Zora.
Right, he's done the Zora already.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Mike the V has seen the Lake Hylia Island, so he does
Yeah.
not know that the fire rod is there.
eLmaGus picking up the red hot Cheeto, but Mike the V says, you know what? I'm here and I've got all the items. And there's 6 items in Swamp Palace. Yeah, while I'm here. So do you think he will do a full clear of swamp, or will he do just right side only and skip the west
He
side?
seems like a left side skip kind of guy. I
Yeah.
don't know for sure.
See if this pays off very shortly here. But eLmaGus says, you know what? I've got all the items. I was right here. To Swamp Palace too.
He's got the tempered sword, so that's going to make things a little easier on him when he gets to
There will
Argus.
be a huge difference in the Argus fight.
Yep, it's 2 slashes per puffball versus 1.
Yeah. Still better than Fighter Sword.
Oh. You trying to make me vomit over here? Is that what you're doing?
Hookshot, menu to mirror. Or menu over to hammer. Hammer the puffball back to the menu to hookshot.
It's like I'm going to hear the so many times I'm going to want to shoot myself in the face. Not really. Why would you do that?
So, yeah. So if you just watch your left screen, amazingly, you're going to see almost the exact same thing in your right screen about 20 seconds later.
Yeah. Although Mike the V will be doing it at about I'm going to say 1.3 times faster on account of those boots. And yep, looks like Mike the V is doing the left side skip play.
The bold move, Cotton.
Let's see if it pays off. You know our
Go ahead.
Sorry. You know our the tournament we're doing, the main tournament, the secondary tournament. We've got so many races going on. We do actually have 8 channels that are streaming randomizer races.
And
so I've taken to calling one of them the Ocho.
Coming up next on ESPN 8, the Ocho. So this is it Speed Gaming 8 or is it Randomizer Mania 8?
Well, it's Randomizer Mania 4, but yeah.
Oh, basically the Ocho.
There's 4
yeah.
of each.
Yep. That is such a testament to this community and how welcoming, how friendly everybody is here. There's few communities on the internet that are this welcoming and friendly. So, I mean, they even let an old guy like me come in who stinks at the game. So and nobody's really said anything to me about it. So.
So eLmaGus here is going to left side. So this will make a huge difference one way or the other.
Hey, if he finds the bow, that could be the game right there.
Oh man. Then of course there is always that weird corner case where the bow ends up in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah.
It's a pretty rare occasion, but it does happen.
Chat saying bows in Turtle Rock. Oh God.
I've seen bow on Trinex before. It's not pretty.
All right, here we go. There are 2 items on the west side of Swamp Palace. Let's see. For eLmaGus' sake, we hope this pans out for him. But if it doesn't, then that means Mike the V made the correct gamble. Unless he goes back. He's going to go back and clear it. I don't necessarily know that this is faster.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on if you pick up the big key
true.
in the back. If you pick up the big key in the back, then you can. There's the Bombos medallion.
Ooh, swirly coin. But as we know, Bombos is not needed for either Turtle Rock or Mire, so...
And it won't be needed for anything in Ice Palace if they have to go there either, because they have the Fire Rod.
But it's certainly helpful against Cold Stare.
Yeah. How many Fire Rods in Ice Palace have you seen?
I cannot recall ever seeing the fire rod. in Ice
The
Palace.
bow! The
Oh
bow
my
with the big chest!
gosh! All right, well it's gonna be a wash because both of our runners are gonna find it.
So the bow and the big chest, so that leaves the Quake medallion.
Oh, yeah, that's
For Go
all
mode.
we need for Go mode.
I'm just gonna say that might have been the item I called.
It might have been. Yeah, so where is Quack? If it is on the east side of Desert Palace, that would be a quintessential V26 seed.
Oh man.
Where's eLmaGus getting the Fisher Price shield?
So I feel like the play after this is probably Pod.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be. It's gotta be Pod.
I don't know if that
Doesn't
has
have
the same
ring to it. No,
yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, the rest of Skull Woods also a pretty good play.
Required.
'Cause we didn't find anything in Skull Woods so far.
And let me take a look here. Oh yeah, where Quake could also be.
Where's that?
What would make the chat happiest, Dr. Bobtastic?
Oh, you mean that that thing off in the Lost Woods somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still possible at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and you see what I started. Where does eLmaGus go from here? Now look. If you look, eLmaGus has the fire and the ice rod. Doesn't have the boots, but he doesn't have to go searching for the fire or the ice rod. Meanwhile, Mike the V is heading into Pod, which, as we noted, right play eLmaGus looks like he is headed to Fat Fairy.
Oh, that is definitely a play. Pretty good one. So Mike the V making his way over to the Mullet of Darkness, and
Just say
I'll
the
let you-
mullet of darkness.
I did. The idea
You're gonna have to
there-
explain that one to me.
Well, Pod so front loaded with keys, I tend to call it the Mullet because it's business in the front and party in the back.
Clever. Very clever. I like that one. All right. So is this the play? We're about to find out. Did eLmaGus make the right play here? We have 20 rupees and a big love. Okay.
Yeah, so a whole lot of nothing there in the Fat Fairy Chad.
Yep. But if it had been,
Would have been a pretty big play. Although I think Mike the V would probably do that sooner rather than later.
nice routing by eLmaGus. He hits up Fat Fairy and then is right over here to Pod. But the odds of him heading into Thieves Town keep getting lower and lower. Also remember, we have a chest in the basement of Thieves Town that could also possibly have Quake. But eLmaGus doesn't have the boots, but he does have the tempered sword. Now, wouldn't it be a kick in the head to eLmaGus if the boots are actually required if the big key in Ganon's tower is on Bob's torch?
Ooh, that would be devastating.
Mike the V about to head up. You gotta. Has he found the big key yet? I missed that.
Don't remember seeing it.
Okay, because if he had, you would imagine he'd go to the left into the maze of darkness.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Hey, there's another sword upgrade.
All right. Well, so eLmaGus will find butter here. Well,
Butter.
it's like butter. But we are waiting.
There's the Quake
on
medallion!
that Quake medallion. All right,
Quake
now
medallion.
that will put eLmaGus into go mode, but Mike the V will not be in go. Well, he'll be in Schrödinger's go mode because we won't know if the boots are required.
Right. But he doesn't know the. He doesn't know where the rods are.
Right, exactly. Mike the V doesn't know where the rods are, but this will put eLmaGus into go mode once he finds Quake.
Indeed. That's
Well,
gonna be a
again,
huge
unless
deal.
There's the highly unlikely possibility that the Ganon's Tower big key is on Bob's torch.
Oh man. This is gonna be a huge deal for eLmaGus.
Yes, it is. This one could come down to the wire, folks. Because the odds that I very seriously doubt eLmaGus will bother going into Pendant Thieves Town looking for the boots. You got to imagine he will YOLO his way into Ganon's tower and trust that the boots are not going to be required.
Indeed.
So there's the plot continues to thicken as we go through here, like a good soup. But
Now you're making me hungry, Ryu.
Hey,
Wait,
that's what I'm here for. I'm from an Italian family.
wait. eLmaGus
Hey.
is not going to the Quake medallion.
Oh boy.
I mean, I imagine he'll come in later, but he's not going to where it is. He's going straight to the crystal.
He's got to come back.
I can't imagine any scenario in which he just leaves.
I can't either. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I agree with you. I can't imagine that he doesn't go back in. I can understand why he would route it this way. Again, don't know that it's faster. Don't know that it's slower though either.
Indeed. Okay, so both players making quick work of the turtle room downstairs in Palace of Darkness. And we come up to Helmasaur King. 17 hammer shots to the face, and then either two tempered sword spins would do it. Silver arrow, but 2
7
butter sword
bow
slashes.
shots, I think.
And there we go.
Mr. King is down. What is he gonna drop? Just the compass. All right. You got to think eLmaGus walks right back in here. He may mirror to Eastern and then come back and do it, but you gotta imagine Mike the V is going to mirror straight to Eastern and then make a beeline for Skull Woods.
Okay, so eLmaGus is doing the Eastern Mirror play. He'll probably finish this out, and then you never know what he'll see next.
Mike the V's got one chest. What is it?
I think it's the big one.
Big chest? Yeah, he didn't do Maze of Darkness. That's right.
He's gonna attempt the.
Get the hammer yump.
Look good to me.
Nicely done. I hope he counted right, because he didn't. Did he do the Maze of Darkness? I've lost count. It's
Well,
late for me, guys. I'm sorry.
He went in, I think. Maybe.
Armos Knights. Now we know that nothing terribly important is going to be there, although silvers are still out. And while neither one of our runners needs the silvers, they certainly wouldn't turn them down either.
Yeah. Nobody's going to argue with the silver arrows.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're inanimate objects. They can't argue back. But
So I know some people who would still attempt to do so. Remember, I am an attorney. So
there is that. That's probably an ancient pastime of the Brotherhood of Barristers.
And eLmaGus, nicely done.
Excellent.
Picks up the fireball shield.
Yep. While Mike the V still has to finish clearing Eastern, which he did not do earlier.
So, yep, there we go. eLmaGus, just as we predicted, heading back into Palace of Darkness. He should pick up both Butter Sword and the Quake Medallion, putting him in what is a very, very high likelihood of being go mode.
So he, I guess he saved the party for the last. He took care of the business, and then went to the party in the back.
You realize I think you've probably just created a meme with Mullet of Darkness, because I'm just telling you, I'm stealing that for commentary, Dr. Bobtastic.
Absolutely steal it all day. I've been kind of falling back on that one for a couple weeks now, but you can have it. There's the Quake for eLmaGus, and this go mode brought to you by Helmasaur's Haberdashery here in the Palace of Darkness.
Not Butter.
He
is
did not
banking.
get it.
Yeah, he is banking on. He is banking on boots not being required, because he is going to head straight to Skull Woods here. You got to think he's going to do a go mode clear of Ice Palace. We shall see.
Yeah. So when he goes into Ganon's tower, you think he heads to the left door first just to make sure?
I think you still go ahead and hit up the first two, because if you find the big key and a single key within the first two chests, which we have seen before in multiple tournament races, then you're done. You just go.
Mm-hmm.
Mike the V turns in the green pendant, gets big love.
So that Thieves Town trip proving completely unfruitful except for these boots, which we never know could still be required.
Yeah, so Mike the V has neither rod. So Ice Rod is at Hobo, Fire Rod is on Lake Hylia Island. Mike the V has not checked either of those locations yet. So the longer he goes without finding them, the better this is going to be for eLmaGus, assuming, of course, that disaster does not strike and the big key is not on Bob's torch. That could be the great equalizer in this race.
Very well could be. So, eLmaGus heading down into Mothula fight. 4 slashes is all it takes.
But 4 slashes that actually register.
Correct. Four slashes on a trollily programmed boss.
Welcome to 1990s programming, ladies and gentlemen.
It is now. They're like, oh, we don't want... we programmed these spikes to deal damage to enemies, but we don't want Mothula to take damage from them. Tell you what, anything that deals that specific amount of damage no longer does any damage.
Mike is going to hit up Thick Fairy, but not going to be happy about that either. He's so close. Now, from here, he can hop into the river and mirror right next to the bridge and hit Hobo.
Someone did check Ice Rod Cave. It was a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. So, no, he mirrors out. Oh, my.
Oh, no. Where's Mike V going now?
Yeah, because I would have thought...
8.
Considering... Okay,
so,
well...
Is he going to do this? Yeah, it looks like he is.
Or is he going to ice? Okay, no, he's going to Hobo. Whew.
And he will find both of his rods.
Yep. But in the meantime, eLmaGus is heading up to Trock.
Interesting. I mean, this is last crystal. That is kind of the way to go.
Yep.
For some reason, my brain was thinking Ice Palace, but wait, nope, that's pendant. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Oh no. Is he going into ice now? Oh no, he's gonna check the island.
Okay, there he goes. Alright.
And there it is.
There's his fire rod.
Now you can't get there from the Ice Palace place. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have to flute away and go somewhere else.
Yeah. Probably to 4. They'll hit the teleporter. Yeah, there he goes. Meanwhile,
eLmaGus. Sorry.
Yeah. We're great minds think alike. Yeah. Meanwhile, eLmaGus is beginning Turtle Rock. As long as the boots are not required for Ganon's tower, you got to think eLmaGus has got a chance here. But remember, Mike the V's got the boots.
Yep, the boots are a pretty significant speed boost. Although you can't use them everywhere.
Right. So do you think the silver arrows may have been in the in either Desert or Thieves Town?
Oh, that would have been hilarious. We'll find out.
We certainly will. Ganon will let us know.
Ganon will taunt you with his own weakness.
So remember, Mike the V still has to complete Swamp Palace, or not Swamp, Skull Woods. Note too that eLmaGus has half magic. Mike the V does not.
huge advantage in Turtle Rock. Allows you to, we'll see here if eLmaGus uses the fire rod here to kill the pokies. Nope. Says, I don't need those thinking fire rod.
Yeah, you
But
can
also
get,
remember, go ahead.
you can get a lot more leeway with a lot of things here in Turtle Rock when you have half magic. There's Trinex, of course. So if you miss some rod shots there, you'll have a lot more leeway. If you had the powder, you could put it to good use here.
Without a doubt. Do remember both of our runners have one bottle of green goo that they got from the bottle merchant.
Ah, yes. And another one that's completely empty.
Although they both have the bug net, so they could conceivably trap a fairy, but I don't know that either one of them will need or want to do that. Nicely
Lux
done
Savage.
by eLmaGus there with that pokey. Wow. Beautifully timed
Well
spins.
done. They'd probably have to luck sack into a fairy drop to pull that one off. Because without the powder, you're not going to be making them out of thin air, that's for sure. Alright, so Mike the V finishes off Mothula in short order, and we'll be heading up to Turtle Rock as well.
Magus is just about done with Turtle Rock here. Over halfway through. Almost certainly not going to touch anything on Laser Skip Bridge. He's not checking the Mimic Cave either.
He is going to check the big chest, however, just in case it's that small key.
Yep, or the Silver Arrows.
Yeah, you don't want to go all the way to Laser Bridge and then find out the small key was in the big chest.
Yeah, that's usually
Feels
not
very
good.
bad.
And the reason why he didn't check that other chest sitting in the middle of that pipe room was because it requires a key to get in there. So even if there's a key in that chest, all you've done is traded a key for a key.
Indeed, and there's that second key. So eLmaGus will be heading straight to Trinex. The Laser Bridge will not be an object.
Laser Skip Bridge.
Now we move into one of the easier dark rooms in the game.
Nobody keeps saying
Turtle
that.
Rock
I
dark
don't
room.
believe that.
You don't believe it?
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, if you've got the directions memorized, I don't know that it's that bad.
Right. Well, let's just say compared to Misery Mire Dark Room.
Oh, without a doubt. Or
Misery Mire Dark Room is awful.
or Aga Tower.
Oh, no, don't. I'm gonna have nightmares already. Alright, so
Heading
eLmaGus
into
picks up
Trinex.
that magic refill.
Yeah,
And we'll head for Trinex.
with the half magic, which is very, very nice.
Alright,
1,
so
2, 3. 1, 2. First head down. And eLmaGus says, I got half magic. I'm just going to spam Fire Rod.
seems
Nicely
good to
done.
me. See if we can get this quick kill here. We got nope, just the one hit from the spin. So we'll need a couple more slashes.
Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, eLmaGus is about to head into Ganon's tower. There are 22 possible chests, possible locations where the big key could be in Ganon's tower. Put your guesses in the chat now. We got to figure out which chest it is. I'm going with number 13.
Number 13, you say? I, on account of my name, am a little bit contractually obligated to go with Bob's chest every time.
Certainly understand that. So we're gonna see. I think a lot of people are hoping Torch. That would be the biggest drama that could possibly occur.
Yeah, Torch would turn this race right around. Right now, eLmaGus is securely in the driver's seat, but if it turns out to be Big Key on Torch, then Mike the V picks up the huge advantage.
And should eLmaGus end up winning, this would be one of the few times in this particular version of the logic where going into Thieves Town was not required.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so eLmaGus gonna check the two chests over here. We've got 50 rupees and 20 rupees, so no right side play this time.
Right. Moment of truth incoming. As soon as he goes down this staircase, we're gonna find out. Oh my god!
Just a small key.
Ah. All right.
So eLmaGus will now be breathing a sigh of relief that his
Indeed.
go mode was not fake.
It was a key, just not the key.
Alright, so eLmaGus finds the silver arrows in the stall child room. This makes the second fight much better.
Certainly has enough keys.
Keys for days, that'll get him all the way through this tower. Just gotta make sure you don't use a key on a useless door. Because then you might have to go get that key off the torch.
So yeah, with
There's the
fact that the big key was not on the torch, we can confirm now finally that eLmaGus is in go mode.
yes, actual literal go mode.
Yes.
And
100% go mode.
yes, as opposed to 99.999% go mode.
No, it's 1 out of 22. So it's like 5. It was like 95% go mode.
Probabilities are numbers.
All right, so eLmaGus is about to hit up the randomizer room here.
So, word of advice, don't accidentally skip this room. Don't accidentally jump in that portal, because you can't get back to it without going all the way around.
You speak as if you are like me, one who has done that before.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
So Mike the V showing the really quick kill here on Trinex.
Almost the zero cycle.
Yep, almost.
You do need the boots to make that happen. And yeah, Mike the V gets the double spin and the slash. So a super, super quick kill on Trinex for Mike the V. And eLmaGus will be heading over to Bob's chest.
Yep, and setting up the bomb chump. Oh, he doesn't get it. You gonna go old school? He says, nope, I'm gonna get this bomb jump. Darn it.
Ugh.
And the squiddy says, nope. I don't care that they're called beetles, they're squiddies.
We can do squiddies. I'll take it. Oof.
Oh, he's about to use ether to light it up. This is giving Mike the V a pretty decent chance of catching up here. You can always use the... Oh, man.
One lesser known tactic is to light that torch.
That torch, yep.
eLmaGus apparently has not tried to do this without the boots in a long time.
I can't remember, would Bombos light that torch?
No. It's gotta be the
Okay.
fire rod. Or the lamp, but you'd have to be
Almost
next
there,
to it. and that defeats the purpose.
eLmaGus. Almost there. I think he's got this. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, here's Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Just 20 rupees. And eLmaGus switches to the silver arrows to take down Ice Armos.
Yeah,
With
this
superior lag
academics.
strats. He does have only 2 hearts, which is uncomfortable, but I think that's fine. There's the big key.
All right, so he is out. It is time to begin the climb up Ganon's tower. But like you mentioned, he's only got 2 hearts right now, and as he just demonstrated, no way to refill them.
So that was chest number 16. So for anybody who guessed 16, congratulations. I'm told Herfy Durfy has a bunch of love and affection for you.
But Herfy, or was that Adirondack Rick?
That could be both.
Yeah, so those BMOS, they're going to do a full heart of damage, or did they do 2 with the blue mail? I can't remember.
Ooh, I don't remember. But at this point, I'm just trying desperately not to get hit by anything.
Yeah, but there is a refill point.
Amaze is using the. I got a real good question for you. How are you going to get to the refill point without the bomb or without the boots?
Right, that was the point I was about to make. You can't bonk over to it. It's over in this room. You could conceivably bomb jump to it, but
he's only got 2 hearts, and you
yeah,
really don't
exactly. You'd have to hit it right the first time.
Yeah. So, interestingly enough, that room right there, the existence of it, is the reason why the logic allows bonking as a reliable means of movement. It's why it allows you to get into, say, Misery Mire without the hook shot. Because that room proves that it was developer intended.
Yep. Ooh, that was close there. eLmaGus missed the first sword swipe on that pink horse head, and oh no!
Took 1 hit from the fire.
Doesn't have the powder, so he cannot get a fairy from here.
Attempting to
Nice shot. Oh, just barely misses.
There's another Landmolus down. I'm always wondering if Landmolus is a plural or singular noun.
I always thought it was plural, but right, he can
Makes
get
sense.
1 heart here. Man, this is.
Yeah, 2 hearts through the gauntlet. That's real impressive.
Oh, why did he turn around and get that other heart? Oh my gosh!
Because it was on an invisible floor, and he doesn't seem to be doing.
Yeah,
well
that's
with
true.
invisible floors.
He's got the red meringue, though. He could have thrown the red meringue at it.
There is that.
Nicely done, Wizro Broom there. Okay, he's got some more hearts. Meanwhile, Mike the V is quietly making it through the gauntlet here. A bad RNG or a miss on ACA 2 here could allow Mike to catch up to eLmaGus.
Yeah, this is Mike the V is slowly catching up. This is turning out to be a very close race.
They see eLmaGus paused there, and he waited until he got the tone, letting him know that the torches had run out in the other room. He was not about to risk the glitch that despawns all of the enemies. So if you run up and the timing is off and the torches go out at the wrong time there, you could despawn all the enemies on this floor and have to leave and come back, and that's why he paused there.
Yeah, I think it happens when you go up the staircase at the exact same frame that the torches would go out.
eLmaGus has no problems with Troll Dorm 2, skips the validation chest.
I don't blame anybody for skipping the validation chest in a race this high between this people with this level of skill.
True, but with his low amount of hearts, it could have been, because it could have been a bottle with red goo in it. It could have been a heart container. It could have been Sank Heart.
Yeah, Sank Heart is a possibility. I don't know how many pieces of heart he's sitting on, but if he had 3, that would have been
Right.
a nice place.
All right, double there. First Aga 2.
Looks like just 1 there, because the blue ball's
Yep.
got him.
Got hit, so he is down to 3 hearts.
Just 1 there as well. And this should finish him off.
There it is.
And Aghanim 2
Alright.
goes down. Meanwhile, Mike the V bypassing the chest as well, and will be heading up to Aghanim 2 himself.
So it's full clinch on for Ganon here. One single hug from Ganon, and it is a death for eLmaGus. Meanwhile, Mike the V, I think he may have just gotten a triple there, but he is looking much better life-wise.
Yep. So maybe
Nice spin there.
hearts for the Ganon fight.
Cape Strats for the win here. Remember, he has both half magic and green goo. So
I believe he used the green goo.
that's right, he did. You are correct, sir. I hope he remembers that. All right,
He's got enough magic to deal with it.
He does. And remember, he also has silvers, so he is already in the final stage of Ganon here, barring a hug or a fall, which is much less likely in Ganon with silvers. Nicely done. He gets a double there.
And that'll do it.
That will do it.
eLmaGus finishes with a first place time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 15 seconds.
GG's to eLmaGus. 1 hour, 42 minutes, 15 seconds. Let us see what the final difference is going to be here between our two runners. Mike the V still. There's a double on Ganon. He's got one. Oh, well, my stream just skipped a little bit, but as he walks in, his official time will be 1 hour, 42 minutes, 52 seconds. So we're looking at 37 seconds between our two runners. Very, very nice race.
Well played.
Great performance. Exactly. Great performance by both of them. It was without a doubt Mike the V's decision to go into Pendant Thieves Town that was the difference maker in this game. eLmaGus did not go into Pendant's Thieves Town. As a result, he did not find the boots, but that was clearly the difference with only 37 seconds between our runners.
All right, so we'll see if we can get our runners in here to talk about this for a little bit. I'm not sure what we have coming up on this channel.
That one, and the thing is, you cannot fault Mike the V for going into Pendant Thieves Town, because that is the version 26 logic. That was the high percentage play, and it seemed to have paid off because he got the boots. Now the boots were not required for this particular seed, but clearly you go through that and you're validated. Hey, the boots were in here. It was still a good decision. But no, oh my gosh, coming up today in the main tournament, we have one race going on right now on Speed Gaming 3, Mekon versus Seven Sins. At 3 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 2, we have Andy versus Ben. At 4 p.m. on Speed Gaming 3, Ack the Boker versus Dragon C0. Then on Speed Gaming at 7 p.m., we have Hippos versus Evandius, Super Nin Taylor versus Alucard 2004. At 9 p.m., oh my gosh, it just keeps going. At 9 p.m., Big Dunka versus Pika Pals. At 9:30, Rizefos versus Carcat/MMX Base. And at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Jet82 versus Gesellschaft. Wow.
And we are joined now by eLmaGus, our victor today. GG, sir.
GG. Oh, man.
So, eLmaGus. Wow.
Yeah. That was close, wasn't it?
Very close.
Yeah, 37 seconds. Your decision not to go into Thieves Town was the difference maker of that race.
That's what I thought, yeah.
But would you believe that the boots were in Thieves Town?
I would believe it, yeah. That's what I was worried about, the whole seed, honestly.
Yeah, I imagine you went down those stairs looking at that torch and you were thinking to yourself, if this is the big key, I'm gonna throw a fit.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like, I know how good Mike is, so I went in like, okay, I gotta gamble somewhere to get an edge somehow. Then the screen pendant in Thieves Town smiled at me, and I was like, this is the perfect spot to not do.
Oh, and the powder was at the pedestal. Look at that.
Yeah. That was another thing I was worried about, because we got the books so early. I was like, should I check? Should I check right now? Should I check? Every time I was out of a dungeon, should I check right now? Should I check? But yeah. Fortunately I didn't, because the powder, man, that's a nice bait right there.
And for the longest time, because Mike had gotten the boots in Thieves Town and you were still bootless, once you found Quake in Palace of Darkness, the thing that was going through everybody's mind was, what if the big key is on Bob's torch? Is that something you even considered, or because the possibilities are so low, you just said, forget it, I'm going?
I like to just go for it, honestly. Like, I mean, it's always on your mind, obviously, but you can't really, like, slow down just because you think, oh, I maybe gotta find the boots, you know? That's just like, especially racing somebody like Mike, it's just like, you gotta go for it. Gotta go for it.
And that's one thing that, I mean, if you're not racing, that's one thing that's difficult to understand, is because you're always concerned about, what is my opponent doing? Is my opponent did he get this before I did? Am I in the lead? Am I behind? That constant second guessing that you're talking about, and making those decisions like, do I just go for it, right? And as you see, sometimes it works out for you.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about how things went, especially after finding the hammer in Mire. I was pretty happy with that. The bow and swamp felt good. I was just worried about those boots, really, the whole seed.
So, with 3 wins, you find yourself 1 win away from guaranteeing a spot in the group stage. How you feel about that?
I did not expect that when I entered the tournament, but it feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I gotta lose at some point now. But I feel like I can win one more time. I'm pretty sure.
So we do have some questions in the chat regarding that invisible bridge in Ganon's tower.
Nurse. It was nurse. Yeah, I mean, I know how to bomb jump, but not the. I don't know. I just I kind of completely. I don't know. Nurse. And then I look at my heart count and it's 2. And it's like, oh man.
Oh, that was beautiful. Your
oh my
gauntlet
God.
ascent. I don't even know how you did it.
Yeah, much clench factor from everyone, my friend.
Oh god, yeah, I was kind of should have bought a potion, huh? But yeah, I somehow made it.
Yeah, and not only that, the fact that you didn't have the boots meant that you couldn't bonk over to the safety area, and you only
Exactly.
had 2 hearts, so you couldn't bomb jump over to it. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. I was like, hey, I can get a ferry. Wait, I can't. No. Oh god. Yeah. And then I
No
think
powder.
yeah, no powder. I think I stabilized after the gauntlet was over. After Lammo, I stabilized. I was in Lammo with 1 heart. That was scary. That was really scary.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Luckily, you got that fire shield. Helps out a little bit with those
Yeah.
fireballs coming in. Yeah. So eLmaGus, it looks like someone clipped that for you. So if you want to go back and watch the carnage,
I will.
Amazing. That was very, very well done on your part. So congrats
Thank
to
you.
you on that.
Thank you.
all right.
But before we sign off, eLmaGus, we will of course give you the last word before we exchange pleasantries and turn this over to the Super Castlevania 4 finals.
Ooh, finals, nice. Stay tuned for that, first of all. That's gonna be good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching in chat. Hope you enjoyed the race. It was a good one. I mean, I see the time, so it had to be close. Thank you guys for commentating.
Nice.
I'm sure you did a fantastic job. Appreciate it. And yeah, good luck to Mike on his next races, even though he probably won't hear me right now. But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, eLmaGus. Congratulations again for your victory here. 35 seconds, the time difference between you and Mike the V. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to help out in this community, provide some commentary for you fine folks out there watching this channel. As always, we appreciate it. Make sure you follow our runners, Mike the V and eLmaGus. Dr. Bob-tastic, before we turn this over to Super Castlevania 4, what you got to say for our audience today?
I do want to say thank you to Dustin for doing our tracker today. Keeping track of these items is a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it. And thank you so much for that. And once again, thank you to both of our runners. Thank you to you, Phantom Ryu, for both your service and your commentary. And
It was a pleasure.
And this is going to be pretty good. We got a pretty good day coming up here on Speed Gaming. So make sure you follow all the channels, all the runners, all the people. Just follow people.
Follow all the things.
All right. So with that, I'm Dr. Bob-tastic signing off.
I am Phantom Ryu signing off. We are going to turn this over to the Super Castlevania 4 team. Should be a amazing time here. So from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., we have the finals of the Super Castlevania 4 tournament. How I wish I could stay up and watch those, but it is getting late for me. So we will turn this over to them, and much coming up on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2. So watch the schedules, and we will see you shortly. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye for now.